you think it is possible to build a planet from scratch? Is it possible to transport so much material from scratch? Scientists say that advanced solar panels that will completely cover the sun are theoretically possible. We can add megastructures like warp engines to this. So why wouldn't such a structure be possible? The key point in terms of material supply and transportation is to be able to use billions of asteroids and planets wandering around in space as raw materials, to be able to carry out processing facilities in asteroid mining. Of course, we don't necessarily have to call it a planet. We can also call it a portable living space, a gravity similar to Earth's gravity. An average temperature and coldness are required. This requires a huge amount of gas clouds. Again, there are giant gas clouds wandering around in space. It may be possible to control them one day. I think humanity has more than enough potential to do this. If it can make peace with itself and at least establish a war-free balance in the world, the power it will reach with high technology will take it far beyond. Anyway, the water, metal, rocks, and gas required for this artificial planet are abundantly available in space. Of course, the distance in between is unimaginably large. However, theoretically, it may be possible to bring them together in a short distance. If a warp engine is possible, it may also be possible to carry that much material. So what is a warp engine? I don't know exactly what it is, but it is a theoretical and fictional design that allows movement in space by controlling huge masses, creating an electromagnetic field with a physical mechanism, protecting the mass to be carried in this field, and bending space-time using the gravity created by this huge mass. This concept is usually used in science fiction works, and the closest design to a warp engine in real life is the Alcubierre engine developed by theoretical physicist Miguel Alcubierre in 1994. This engine allows the spaceship to move in a space-time fabric where it accelerates without deforming itself. Of course, it is impossible to carry materials with such a structure and build a living space from scratch right now, because these are things only talked about in science fiction movies. But think, someone who lived 400 years ago would also say that projects like the F-35 or Starship are impossible. I definitely believe that humanity has a huge potential, as long as it can establish a common movement mechanism without destroying itself. So what would be the benefits of building such a planet? If it is designed to move, it can get away from giant threats in space and time. What are these quasars, black holes, giant asteroids and stars about to explode? Although I don't know if we can resist the gravity of giant stars and move, we will probably find a solution for this when we reach this level one day. In fact, Russian scientist Kardashev has already imagined civilizations that can do much more than these on the scale of civilization. Let's dream too. Seasonal events can be completely under control on this new planet. Geological events can be completely under control. The micro-ecosystems we design can work in macro form. If we do the calculations and experiments completely, why can't we turn an ecosystem of a few thousand kilometers in diameter into a giant? What do you think about these issues? If we are realistic, we seem to be on the verge of a world war again. But let's still look at the future positively. Let's make designs for asteroid mining and processing facilities right now. Let's advocate for the fair establishment of mechanisms where people can act together in the world. I will try to research and explain such megastructures. You can criticize me and help me.